Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Megan. I am a life coach and I help people step by step navigate this journey. And we know it's a hard one, guys, but you know what? It is so worth it. I know that it's hard, but you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and I promise you that you will get through there. And it doesn't have to be as long as a lot of people say. I know that that scares a lot of people. I get people to fly through this very quickly. I cut it straight. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of girl. I'm not going to dilly dally. I want results. I'm very structured. I use strategy and I use the best ability to get you the results that you're looking for. And if you're interested, you can reach out through email, redeemingthebroken@gmail.com. I help people one on one. I'm going to have other things coming up, in the future, guys, like packages and stuff like that. But I'm so busy with people, you know what I mean? I got clients, I got a life outside of here. I'm doing the best, but I know God wants me to do this, so I'm doing the best that I can. And by the way, guys, I don't know if anybody knows, but does anybody here know Frida? She was like an artist. I got this shirt a while ago, but I forgot that I had it, and I love it. It's if anybody's interested, she was a famous painter. She actually had a unibrow, but she was a famous painter. Salma Hayek played the part in the movie. But anyways, so let's get into this word. So one of my clients gave me this question, and I'm going to answer it because it's a great question. It really is. So shout out to Brandon. So this question is, why does pain heal when it was caused with pain in the first place? So this is a great question. He's basically asking, how does pain heal something when it was created by pain? Really great question. Okay, so let me try to explain this in a capacity you guys will understand, because again, as you ascend in this journey, your consciousness is going to change and stuff. So if you don't understand this, that's okay. And if you don't agree with it, that's okay, because that's where you're at today, right? So now let's get into it. So this whole thing was created by pain. I don't know what you guys are going through. Everybody that comes to me is in different parts of the journey, but it's the same journey, right? We're all here to get to soul alignment, and that's what this is all about. This is about your ascension, your soul awakening, to then get everything else. But, okay, we have to understand that first part before we understand the rest. So, as a child, up until the age of 7, you developed defense mechanisms. You developed coping mechanisms to those defense mechanisms to be able to go through life, because your perception of life was in a certain way that it was created. So, like, in other words, we don't all see life the same when we're unconscious. So until you become soul conscious, you're ego conscious, right? You're conscious to the flesh, you're subconscious, right? So your pain, okay, what's good for the spirit, the flesh will hate, right? So that's basically like what's good for the soul, the ego will hate. Sound good? Does that make sense? So all the things that are painful when you're not whole yet, and all things that are not, how do I put this, feeling good to the flesh, right? So think about it like this. When you go through a breakup, okay, of any kind since you've been a kid, right? I'm sure people have dated. When you first got your heart broken, it hurt, right? But it healed. Okay, so obviously we know that God made us to be able to heal, because we could die of broken hearts, right? Or like, for instance, when my dad died, I cried so hard. My nanny, all that, like, to anybody that's new here, I went through like 9 deaths in 1 year. It was traumatic, but I cried so hard that the muscles in my face actually, like, I kid you not, like, were so sore that I had to take pain reliever. Okay. Well, anyways, if I would be like that every day, I wouldn't be able to live, right? So God made us to be able to go on, right? That's the point. Now, you have to understand that when you're whole, when you're secure, no one And nothing is going to have that power over you, right? Because that's power. Something that can literally make or break your day has power. And what does Paul say? If they leave, let them go. You're called to peace. This doesn't mean you don't care. You do care. But that pain when you're soul conscious isn't going to be the same as when you are unconscious. So right now, all of you that are watching this right now are unconscious. You're going to become soul conscious. So it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, but you're not going to see it as pain anymore. The way your perspective is going to be is this journey didn't happen to me, it happened for me. That's the mindset you will then have. But you can't see that right now. There's no way, because you're operating from the ego and the mind. Completely understandable, but that's what's happening. You're not able to see that God is using this pain to heal and rewire your nervous system. You don't see that. You don't see that God is using this pain to build up strength within you. You don't see that God is using this to make you empowered and walk in your divine masculinity or your divine femininity. You don't see that. You don't see that he is making you whole, brand new, a new wineskin. You don't see any of that. And how could you? This is why when you are unconscious, there's no way that you can see soul consciousness. There's no way. Just like a lot of you guys want your spouses, your significant others, family members to see consciously. So the only way that we can do that is if we're the example first, right? And then I told you guys this too. Until you shift, your divine counterpart cannot, right? When you're in soul consciousness, they are in soul consciousness. That's how it works. I know nobody likes to hear that, but that's how it works. You shift, they shift. We can try to change the thing, and I see people go through this all day, and you can loop and loop and loop. But I do the meat and potatoes. I don't like the dilly-dally, guys. So again, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, you can reach out through the email listed below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much to everybody doing so. The more people we reach, the more people we teach. You guys all have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.